Nada, Finai Terina, and welcome to the stream. Now, because of how weird Fansly is, I have to just quickly go about doing a small thing. Just getting chat popped out of a thing there. Sorry, hard to describe what I'm doing. At least I think it is a little bit difficult to describe. Oh, I wonder if that was muted or not. Well, it is now, it doesn't matter. Okay, is my audio good? Okay, that was weird. I think we're good to start back up again. Give me 1 second. I just want to change how my flowchart's kind of done here. Because I'll just increase the size. Alright. That should be good. I think. Where were we at? I think. Yeah, I think it's this one we were doing. So, yeah. What should I do? It seems Saber is looking at the archery range with interest, so I should. I think we're gonna go to the student council room. I'll sneak out for a bit. Issei might be there if I go to the student council room, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to start thinking up strategies for the final exam coming up in a month.
決めた。生徒会室に顔出してくる。藤根、一星が来てたかわかるか？
竜道くん？どうだったかな。とりあえず私は見てないよ。
そっか。じゃあいなかったら戻ってくる。さくらにはよろしく言っておいてくれ。
はいはい。女の子より男友達の方がいいなんて、シローもまだまだ男の子よね。
I mean, if that's what he's into. I want to object, but Saber will notice me if I do. I'll let Fujine win this time, and I'll sneak out of here.
妙な足遣いですが、どこに行こうというのです、シロ。
I guess sneaking out was useless. I tried to leave in a way she wouldn't notice, but Saber's waiting for me outside.
セイバー。いや、これはその、なんだ。ちょっと用事を思い出してたな。
用事ですか。シロの要件は昼食を届けるだけだったと記憶していますが。
それがまあ野暮用でセイバーに言うほどのことでもなかったから黙ってたっていうか。
そうですか。些細な用事であるのなら確かに私に伝える必要はありませんね。シロにはシロとしての生活があるようですから。
I'm glad she's so understanding. Sure she is. I'm glad, but is it because of my guilty conscience that she looks mad?
そういうわけなんで、セイバーはここで待っててくれるか。1時間もしたら戻ってくるか。
ですが、それは昨日までのシロの生活です。今日からのシロはマスターとして振る舞わなければならない。ですから、どのような用事であれ、安全とわかるまで同行する義務があります。さて、私の意見に反論はありますか、シロ。
Do, but I can't think of any excuses that will convince Saber.
わかった。一緒に行こう、セイバー。こうなりゃやけだ。学校を案内する。
I slump my shoulders, give up, and call to her.
はい。そうしていただけると私も助かる。
So the golden-haired foreign girl follows me as if it's natural to do so. Well, how will I explain this to Issei? Oh, that was weird. Why did my mic peak? Man. The student council's door is unlocked today of all days.
ゲの次はゲゲですか。シロはよほど 私に隠し事をしたいらしい。
I think it's more he wants to hide you from people. And on top of that, she clearly sees my displeasure. I don't know how it's her insight as a swordsman, but I don't think I can fool her. Or I don't know if it's her insight as a swordsman, but I don't think I can fool her.
隠し事っていうより騒ぎを大きくしたくなかっただけだ。けどまあ一星がいるのも何かの縁だろうし、セイバーに紹介しよう。
Yo, he said the thing! Anyway. Student council room won't have any other students, and we'll be able to kill time until the archery club ends.
一星、シロの友人ですか？
なあ、この学校の、そうだな、自衛団のリーダーみたいなやつで円滑な組織運動を目指している鉄の男だ。
Fucking the description. Give me a second. I want to see something really quick. That's odd. Alright, sorry. I was checking something.
自衛団のリーダーですか。なるほど。興味深い話が聞けそうですね。
Bruh overhyped his friend. Give me a second.
そうかもな。お堅いやつだからセイバーとは話が合うかもしれないし。おい、お邪魔するぞ、一星。
The fucking face change. I open the door. Then there's an unexpected person in the student council room. I gulp. The one in the student council room is not Issei, but Kazuki-sensei, the teacher in charge of the student council.
失礼します。久月先生、一星は来てますか？
いや、今日は見ていないな。生徒会に何か用か、エミヤ。
His character in the abridge is great.
いえ、生徒会というより一星に用があって、期末の対策とかそろそろ立てておきたいんです。
そうか。ではしばらく待ってみるのだな。竜道のことだ。家に飽きて逃げ込んでくる可能性もある。
Give me a second. Now it's more like a business Issei. I wanted to start preparing for finals. Sorry, I got really distracted thinking about his abridged character since it's honestly, I think when they introduced him, it was one of the funniest parts of the entire abridge, just because his lines are so fucking gold, at least early on. I think they get a lot worse as time goes on, but that's because they have to actually make him a serious character, so they can't just go with what they did. But God, was he funny when he was introduced. Anyway, just try waiting here. Knowing him, he might decide to escape to his boredom at his house and come here.
俺、生徒会室にいていいんですか？
構わんだろう。お前が生徒会室にいることが問題なら、当の昔に事件が起きている。戸締まりは任せる。鍵は私の机に置いておいてくれ。
With that, Kazuki-sensei leaves the student council room. I guess he was being considerate. According to Issei, Kazuki-sensei seems cold, but he actually has a delicate personality. He must have thought it'd be awkward for me to wait in the student council room with a teacher.
Hmm?
Then, as Kazuki-sensei leaves the room, he bumps into Saber, who is waiting behind me.
先生、その子は俺の知り合いで、今年受験するかもしれないんで見学に来たというか。
I quickly make up an excuse, but this excuse won't be of any use. God, if only I was better at rhyming. Anyway, even if she might be a potential student, I cannot bring an outsider into the school. Fujine is fine with that, but I don't think the one in charge of the student council will consent to an excuse like that.
そうか。外国からの入学者は初めてだな。意外だが変化があることは喜ぶべきだろう。
know what? If I remember correctly, give me a second. I just want to double check, but I'm pretty sure Shiro's dad is a Hafu, so it would make sense that he would know someone foreign. Give me a second. I need to look him up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. So he could say it's like, oh yeah, that's from my dad's western side or whatever. The fuck is his dad on here? Where's his family? There we go. Let's see. Father, there we go. Kitsuruke Emiya. And then I can probably just find it through family members. Or not. Huh, I guess not. Wait, let's see. If I can just quickly HALF. Of the original mount. Nope, I can't find any information about that, so he might not be. I might have just thought that he was, and yeah. Damn. Well, my bad. But I do think he, like, as in Shiro's dad, he was, like, involved with Westerners, so it would kind of make sense, but I don't know. It's much more of a stretch now that, what's his fucking name again? Kazuki would be approving, or at least, like, understand he would know this girl. I guess Kazuki-sensei is more understanding than I thought, as he's watching Saber with admiration.
入学すれば周りから注目されることは避けられまい。
I mean, yes.
エミヤ、知り合いなら気を使ってやれ。お前も来年は3年生だ。最上級生として後輩の世話はしっかりな。
はい、どうもです、先生。
休日の下校時間は5時だ。校門が閉まる前に下校しろ。
Give me a second. Sorry, I just want to check something. Okay. Confirm weekends. Okay. He leaves for the teacher's office. Saber watches him go.
そういえば、久月先生がどうかしたのか？
いいえ、特に何も。初めはただ者ではないと感じたのですが、見れば見るほど一般人でした。断言できますが、彼はマスターではありません。
I'm a bit surprised. He is a very intense person. It seems Saber is checking if people are masters or not every time we meet someone.
そりゃ結構。久月先生がマスターだったら俺もびっくりだ。けど、ただものじゃないってどういうことだよ。なんか特別？
いいえ、特別なものなど何も。ただ、彼の呼吸はあまりにも自然で整いすぎていた。正直に言うと感心していたのです。先ほどの歩みも全く無駄がなく、あれほどの使い手は私も見たことがない。
Saber's really praising him. But if he's that good, isn't he suspicious?
待てよ、セイバー。じゃあ久月先生、戦えばすごく強いっていうのか？
先ほどの人物ですか？彼ならそうですね。肉体的な性能なら白と同じぐらいではないでしょうか。実質的な戦闘はやはり一般人と変わらないと思いますが。
Saber looks at me with wonder. But I'm the one wondering. Kuzuki sensei got Saber to admire him, so what does she mean by him being an ordinary person?
ですから私が感心したのは呼吸です。先ほどの人物の呼吸は人として理想的だった。 私が感心したのはその一点のみですが。
Give me 1 second. I just want to check something. Okay. Then, while we drink the tea brewed here, Saber explains in a strange
呼
way.
吸って息を吸う呼吸だよな。それが理想的だからどうだって言うんだ。
どうも何も身体能力はおろか自然干渉にも大きく影響します。西洋の術者は重要視しませんが、東洋の教えでは呼吸や歩法は学んでも習えぬ高等技術だと聞きます。息吹、外気を体内に取り入れることは外界と内界をつなげる明確なイメージです。吸う、吐くという動作は神を取り入れ解放する動作の一環だとか。この正しい呼吸法は各流派で非問であり、習得できるものは一世代に一人いればいい方でしょう。言ってみれば呪文を用いて魔術を行う者は魔術師に過ぎません。ですが呼吸、歩法、骨格、その存在自体が真意をなす場合、その人物は魔術師を凌駕した純粋な魔術回路ということです。
So not a master, but maybe a magi.
ああ、そういえば神道にそういうのがあったっけ。足運びだけで魔を退けたり、柏手で魔を払ったりするあれかな。
はい、それらの体現法は一生かけて習得するものです。ですが稀に生まれついて正しい呼吸や歩法を得る者もいる。先ほど異能者であるがゆえ
Bitch.
幼い頃から神道、神事騒がれ、結局は魔道の者たちに引き取られるのが常ですが、中には誰の目にも留まらず成長する者もいる。そういった人間は魔術の存在など知らないまま魔術師以上の神秘に身を置くのですが。
ですが、久月先生はそういう生まれついての天才なのか。
いいえ、あの人物にそれほどの才気は感じられません。その今までの話と矛盾するのですが、彼が正しい呼吸と歩法を身につけているのは後天的な鍛錬から来たものではないかと。私も信じられないのですが、彼は魔術師でもないし血の匂いもしない。ですがたまたま日頃の運動が彼に正しく作用しているだけのようなのです。
Does that mean Kazuki Sensei is a living? Sorry. Does that mean Kazuki Sensei is living a pure and honest life? I think something fell, but I'm not sure. Whatever.
そういえば、じゃあ久月先生は。
Oh, Kuzuki.
教師として理想的な人物ということです。彼のような人物は珍しくない。ただ私のように鍛えても正しい呼吸が身につかないものからすれば羨望の的になるというだけです。
Saber sighs with regret. That's something more surprising to me, though. So even Saber, who can do everything, can envy someone, huh? Man, I'm still very robotic in the way I'm reading this. As it turned out, Issei never showed up. School's almost closing, so we lock up the room and go back to the archery range. The club ends when the sun starts setting. The sun sets earlier in the wintertime, and they must also take into account the dangerous events happening recently.
そういえば三綴、シンジのやつはどうしたんだ。今日は姿が見えなかった。
あいつはサボり。新しい女でもできたのか。最近はこんなもんよ。
Mitsuzuri says this as if it's nothing and walks to the school building.
じゃあね、私職員室に用があるから。
Putting the key in her hand, the archery club captain leaves. the front gate. Fujine, Sakura, Saber, and I part with everyone else here.
エミヤいじめるなよタイガー。
We start going down the hill with those voices in the background. We keep walking. Sakura and Fujine are beside me, and Saber is following behind us.
はてな、あの子どうして私たちについてくるの？
Then, it seems she only realized it now.
ねえシロ、知り合い？
It's the second time today I've heard that question. Thanks to Mitsuzuri letting me practice, I'm able to answer without
知り合い
hesitation.
だよ。俺が連れてきたんだから当然だろ。
やっぱりそうですよね。それで先輩、あの人とはどういったご関係なんですか？
うん。シロに外国人さんの友達がいるなんて聞いてなかった。
いや、友達じゃなくて親父の知り合いなんだ。親父が飛び回ってた頃知り合った人の娘さんだって。
桐次さんの？じゃああの子桐次さんを訪ねに来たの？
そういうこと。今日からしばらくうちで暮らすからよろしくしてやってくれ。
Sakura and Fujine give the same reaction at the same time. Well, it's natural for them to be surprised.
シロ、暮らすってあの子と同居するっていうの？
同居じゃない。セイバーが滞在するのはほんのちょっとの間だけだ。宿として家を貸すだけなんだからそう驚くことでもないだろ。
先輩、あの人セイバーさんって言うんですか？
ああ、珍しい名前だけどな。あんまり日本に慣れてないんで変わったところもあると思う。あ、それと不愛想なやつだけど根はいいやつなんだぞ。さくらも仲良くしてくれると助かる。
はい、それはいいですけど。
Sakura looks away from... Sorry. Sakura looks away from me and looks at Fujine as if asking for help.
藤村先生はセイバーさんの滞在を許可するんですか？
教師としては当然アウトなんだけど、桐次さんを頼ってきた子を無下にはできないし、しっかりしてるようだし、間違いは起きないかな。ね、シロもそうなんでしょ？
Fujine glances at me and asks me an impolite question.
当然だろ。親父の客なら俺の客だ。失礼なことなんてできないし、何より妹みたいなもんじゃないか。
そういえばあの子何歳？さくらちゃんより年下みたいだけど。
まあそんな感じかな。
She stares at my face. Then, let's come to the bottom of the hill.
シロ、あの子のこと好きなの？
She suddenly gets me with a surprise attack.
そんなの知るか。俺だって会ったばっかりなんだからどうこう言えるわけないだろ。
Ugh, my face is burning. I bet my face is all red right now.
嘘はないけど脈はありか。
I don't know what she read off me. Fujine crosses her arms and grows quiet, as if she's pondering something. To sum things up, Saber's up. Wow, Saber. To sum things up, Saber's stay was approved.
いいんじゃない？ホームステイと思えばいい経験だし、ここって無駄に部屋が多いもの。
Fujine makes up her mind. Sakura was silent the whole time, but
はい、私が意見できることじゃありませんから。
it seems she understood in the end. So it's dinner time now. I put extra effort into it as a welcome party for Saber and as thanks for last night. I began by preparing a minced bonitos salad, then fried chicken with a zesty spring onion sauce, a classic meat and potato stew, and to top it all off, a variety of tempura, including shrimp. I went all out on this meal, to the point that the variety of dishes was downright sinful, but I don't know if you guys could hear my stomach there, that was weird. It ended without anyone saying anything. I washed the dishes in the kitchen. It's not like I was hoping for a cheerful dinner from the very first day, but couldn't there at least have been more conversation? I think today's tempura was well made. It was perfectly made, so they should have at least said something.
そのくせ全部平らげるんだもんな。出たセリフがおかわりかける3ってのは何なんだ。
Cleaning up after 4 people takes a bit of effort. Actually, could there be a meaning behind the fact that Sakura is not coming to help me tonight?
さて、ご飯も食べたし、そろそろ時間かな。
Fujine looks at the clock while drinking her tea. It's past 9 o'clock. They usually go home around this time.
藤根、帰るならさくらの見送り頼む。
I call out to her while doing the dishes in the kitchen. There's no reply. Fujine is watching TV like she didn't hear me.
もしもーし、聞こえなかったんですか、藤村先生。
I go to the living room and tap her head. Then,
悪いけどそれは却下。しばらくはさくらちゃんを送ってあげられないから。
なんでさ、藤根なんか用でもあるのか。
用じゃなくて、今日から私もここに泊まるから。
it's as if she's already... wow. It's as if it's already decided.
はい。
あ、さくらちゃんもどう？お家の方には私から連絡入れておくから安心だよ。女の子3人一緒にいた方が楽しいでしょ。はい、ぜひ。藤村先生、頼もしいです。
I think it was this one. She does not look like she's happy. Why is it doing that? My audio's fucked. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was buzzing there for you guys. I'm not certain though. So that's annoying. Wait. Why is Sakura so enthusiastic?
よーし、それじゃあ奥の座敷を使おう。布団ならいっぱいあるし、浴衣も人数分あるわよ。セーバーちゃんもいいわよね。
Is it just me, or does it sound more like an order? Saber's looking at me as if asking for help.
困りますシロ。私はあなたの守護をするのですから、彼女たちと同じ部屋では役目が果たせない。それに同室したところでどう対応していいものか分かりません。
悪い。藤根が言い出したら俺じゃ止められない。それにどうもこれを交換条件にしている節がある。断ったらセイバーをうちに住ませるって約束を破棄されそうだ。そうなったら俺たち外で野宿するしかないぞ。
I gotta switch up headphones real quick. clear. If I refuse, we'll end up living in the streets if that happens.
それも困る。この屋敷の結界は優れていますから、拠点としては申し分ないのです。ここにいる限り、シローは敵の奇襲に備えられます。
そうか。ならなおさら我慢してくれ。屋敷にいる限り何かあってもすぐに合流できるだろう。そう、藤姉の相手は大変だけど、困ったら日本語わかりませんって言えばいい。
ほらそこ、内緒話は禁止なんだから。そういうわけでセーバーちゃんはこっち、シローは男の子なんだから一人でも平気よね。
Fujine pulls Saber to her. It's all decided. Saber stays approved, Fujine is staying, and Sakura is going to keep him company as well. The population here has increased drastically in just one day. This place really is like a hotel now. One more and we'll have everyone. It's bedtime. The lights finally go out in this noisy tatami-floored room, and silence returns. They say it gets noisy whenever women gather, and I guess that holds true even for the quiet Saber and Sakura. Give me a second. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, I think that fixed the audio. Yep. Alright, they say it gets noisy when women gather, and I guess that holds true even for the quiet Saber and Sakura.
いや、違うか。メインで聞こえてきたのは藤姉の笑い声だもんな。
Yeah, I imagine it was only her and probably Sakura talking. But still, it's true that it was loud in that room. It's not good for my mental health to have girls my age being rowdy in the same house.
くそ、気になって眠気なんてなくなった。
Bruh, stop being horny. Things like Saber's troubled face. If Saber and Sakura are getting along, and whether Fujine is thinking at all or not. I get a headache the more I think about them. If it's like this, it might be better to have Saber sleep in the room next to mine. It's 11 o'clock. The lights are out and the house is dead silent. I quietly make my way to the door so I won't wake them up. I go outside. The moon is bright and the wind is cold. Under the winter sky, the world is silent as if frozen. Oh, interesting. That's a big difference. Okay. I was checking the difference between this version of the route we're doing and the actual UBW route. It's quiet inside the shed. This is the place where Lancer cornered me last night. This is no place. This is also the place where Saber appeared. The entrance is open, and it's dark inside, as if to drive away anybody that might enter. I go inside. I shut the door to keep the air out and turn on the stove.
日に200以上の矢をかけろか。
The teaching of archery focuses on accuracy, piercing, strength, and endurance. Accuracy is how well one can hit the target. Piercing strength is the power to pierce the target. And endurance is to maintain the accuracy and piercing strength. I think there was something in an archery manual. Something about continuing forever after one masters the true meaning of archery. And how one should shoot more than 200 arrows a day.
ああ、マスターとして何をするべきかわからないなら、せめて魔術だけは鍛えないと。
Sit down and take a deep breath. I adjust my breathing and start my usual training. My mind imagines the same thing. The image of a sword that pops into my brain. When's Shiro Day? I'm pretty sure it's in the fall, but still, or autumn, whatever. October 20th. Okay, yeah, no, we're ways away. I ignore it and clear my head even more. After letting magical energy flow through my body, I start the strengthening magic like always. The magic that I succeeded at for the first time in a few years last night. I have to repeat it before I forget the sensation.
トレースオン
I narrow my eyes and breathe out. That's all for now. I'll forget about the Holy Grail War, Saber, and Tosaka once I start this process. I clear my head from all hesitations, and I engross myself in the familiar training. Interesting that this one's pointed out since I'm part of the route. Actually, this one is 100% only in this version of UBW. So actually, no, that's 100% happening. Because, like, this scene doesn't happen in normal Unlimited Blade Works. This is only for rejecting Tosaka and going into the route early, like we are now. So, interesting. I clear my head from all hesitation and engross myself in the familiar training. Yay. Alright, we're going to stop here with this side. Also, Bonnie and Clyde. Wonder why it's called that. Oh, do we... Yes, okay. We could also just finish this, like, bad route. So actually we're going to do that instead. Or I say bad route, but like a, doomed to end badly route. Give me a second, I just want to check something. Okay. This is the story from a winter 5 years ago. It was a night with a beautiful moon. I wasn't doing anything, just watching the moon with Kiritsugu. Even though it was winter, the air wasn't cold. The corridor was a little chilly, but it was a good night to enjoy the moon. Back then, Kiritsugu didn't leave the house often. Not going outside, he would just laze around the house carelessly. I regret it even now, thinking back to it. Why didn't I notice that it was like the actions of an animal that knows its time of death?
子供の頃、僕は正義の味方に憧れてた。
Suddenly, that man, himself a superhero in my child's eyes, said that as if yearning for it.
なんだよそれ。憧れてたって諦めたのかよ。
I became angry and asked him. Kiritsugu laughed apologetically and looked up at the sky.
残念ながらね。ヒーローは期間限定で大人になると名乗るのが難しくなるんだ。そんなこともっと早くに気がつけばよかった。
Sorry, I got an alert from Windows. And then that. Sorry, just marking off what we've done on the flowchart because I am actually going to need to do that for this one, like heavily. I agreed with that. I didn't know why, but I thought it couldn't be wrong because Kiritsugu said so.
そっか。それじゃしょうがないな。
そうだね。本当にしようがない。
Kiritsugu answers. So of course my response was determined.
しょうがないから俺が代わりになってやるよ。じいさんは大人だからもう無理だけど、俺なら大丈夫だろ。任せろって。じいさんの夢は俺がちゃんと形にしてやるから。
before I could finish, my father laughed. He made a face like he didn't even need to hear the rest. After breathing in, Kiritsuge said,
ああ、安心した。
He quietly closed his eyes, and his life ended. That is the story from winter 5 years ago. It was a parting that determined the course of Imiya Shiro's life. It was the night that Imiya Shiro decided to become a superhero. There's no way I can forget it. I never said it, but I clearly remember it. The figure of the man who saved the boy who was left to the fire. Imiya Kiritsugu held up the dying child and said, "Thank you." He said, "I'm thankful that I found you." He made a big smile and thanked someone, as if he was saved by rescuing someone. The emotion I felt back then is still engraved in my mind. Nobody saved me. I couldn't save anyone. In it all, I was saved, and a person was there to save me. That's why I decided to become like him. Become a superhero, so that I could save people and let no one be killed, just like him. Even if it may be a childlike fantasy, I yearn to become one. And thus, Kiritsugu, the embodiment of my dream, died peacefully, leaving me his dream of becoming a superhero himself. It's only natural for a child to succeed his father. Imiya Shiro must become a superhero and save someone, just like the old me. I swore so as a child, to fulfill the dream of the man I admired most. But to be honest, I'm still wondering. Give me a second. If my idea is the right one, where my idea comes from, what I can do even despite me being just an amateur, how to make the dream of making everybody happy, which Kiritsugu always talked about, come true. Oh, and what I can do now that I'm a master. There are just so many things in my head that my head's going to explode. I wake up from that familiar dream. Bright morning sunlight is coming in through the window. I feel a bit chilly, but I guess it wasn't bad enough for me to catch a cold.
参った。またここで眠っちまったのか。
I shake my head and change into my uniform. It's a bit before 6 o'clock. I bet Sakura's already up and preparing breakfast. I go outside and breathe in the fresh air. It's a nice morning. It'd be much more comfortable if there weren't 3 girls in the house.
あ、訂正。女の子は2人だけだった。
I don't want to classify Fujine as a girl. I thought he was talking about Saber. Yikes. Anyway, now, also the slander. Again. Sakura. I'll go help Sakura out. She's making breakfast for 4 people. I bet it'll be more time consuming, and I also want to hear what happened last night. It seems Saber went with my story, but there's a possibility that they started disliking each other after a night together.
おはようございます先輩。朝ごはんの支度始めちゃってますよ。
あ、おはようさくら。朝の支度なら俺も手伝うからちょっと席開けてくれ。
I go into the kitchen after putting my apron on.
あ、じゃあ焼き物をお願いしますね。さっきご飯は炊きましたから、私はお味噌汁とお惣菜をやっつけちゃいます。
Sakura efficiently keeps cooking like always. She doesn't seem to be worried about yesterday.
さくら、その昨日の話なんだが。
はい。昨日の話ってどの話でしょう先輩。
いやだから昨日の話。さくらと藤音とセイバー3人で寝ただろ。さくら、セイバーが住むことを気にしてたみたいだからどうなのかなって。
どうなのかなじゃ分かりませんよ先輩。もっとはっきり言ってくれないと答えてあげません。
だから仲良くやってくれると嬉しいんだが。
In the UBW abridge, she takes every time something like this happens, instead it's played off as though she has a dirty mind and thinks he's talking about something sexual. So just kind of, I actually wasn't sure if they were going to do that here or not, but
セイバーさんと私が仲良くすると
wait,
先輩は嬉しいんですか？
100% she would then follow up with I didn't know that's what you were into, Shiro. Also, her fucking voice actress in the abridge is fucking amazing. It's perfect. So fucking snarky, sassy. It's great. Anyway, childhood friend again. She will always lose. Up until her route. I know she has a route, unfortunately.
嬉しいっていうか助かる。セイバーの住み込みはさくらに無断で決めちまっただろ。だからさくらが怒るのは当然で、セイバーを嫌うのも仕方がないことだ。
Also, just as an aside, UBW is the one I know the least about, so I'm a bit like negative viewing towards Sakura, but it's just because I don't really get her character very much. I don't really like the childhood friend character very much, gonna be honest. Anyway. So it's natural for you to be mad and to hate Saber.
けど、そのあたりを多めに見てくれて、セイバーに優しくしてもらえると、なんていうか。
セイバーさんにじゃなくて、私に嬉しい。
What? Without your consent, right? So it's natural for you to be mad and to hate Saber, but if you can let it pass and be kind to Saber, you'll be happy. Huh? It's embarrassing to say it, so I just nod. She's right. I'd be happy for Sakura if she would forgive me for letting Saber stay. Since Sakura's like a family member to me, it'll revive me if she can forgive my selfish decision.
そういうことならお答えしちゃいます。セイバーさんと私たちは昨夜の霊地をもって完全に和解しました。私はまだセイバーさんは苦手ですけど、それでも仲良くやっていけると思います。あの人、わかりづらいけど可愛い人ですから。
Sakura's smile comes from the bottom of her heart. That makes me really happy. It is, but
可愛いってセイバーが？
そうですよ。藤村先生なんてセイバーちゃんって呼んでますし、セイバーさんも慣れてくれたみたいです。本当は監視するための同室だったんですけど、今夜も3人で寝ようってことになっちゃいました。
That's an unexpected turn of events. But Saber's cute, huh? She's beautiful, but I don't know about being cute. Everyone says, "Itadakimasu." It's the first time I've had breakfast in a group of 4, and it feels rather relaxing.
あれ、これ微妙に薄味だな。出汁変えたのか、さくら。
はい、セイバーさん、お味噌汁に慣れてないと思って。
This implies that Sakura only started hanging out with them after Kiritsugu died. I just realized that, just as an aside. Yes, I thought Saber's would be used to miso soup.
あんまりお味噌が濃いのもダメかなって。
そうですね。昨夜の味付けより今朝の方が美味しいと思う。ですがさくら、私も和風の食事には慣れていますから、そう気を使わず自由に調理してください。その方がお互いのためになる。
そうなんですか？わあ、ちゃんとお箸持ててる。びっくりしました。セイバーさんって器用なんですね。
慣れていますから。ですが正直に言うと箸は疲れます。フォークやナイフより優れた道具だとは思うのですが。
Is it though?
そうだね。
セーバーちゃんはお箸よりナイフとフォークだよね。それ違う違う、かけるのはソースじゃなくて醤油。
Do you believe it's better than okay.
なるほど。忠告感謝します。
よしよし、報酬として海苔を1枚いただきましょう。はい、白おかわり。
はい。食いすぎて二度寝するなよ。
先生、今日の朝練に参加されるなら少し控えた方がいいと思いますけど。
大丈夫大丈夫、これぐらい入れておかないとお昼まで持たないもの。そういうさくらちゃんだって朝練の後におにぎり食べてるじゃない。
先生、知ってたんですか？
Okay, a second.
無ふり。端っこでこそこそやってるから気になって観察してたのよ。ダメよ、いい年頃の女の子が朝2食なんて。悪魔はこっそりとある日テロリストのように体重計に舞い降りるんだから私の読みではさくらちゃんの今の体重は。
ダメです先生、言ったらもうご飯作りに来ませんから。それに間食は時々だけです。いつもそんなことしてるわけじゃありません。
Man, I feel like I'm being a bit boring by just letting it go, but I just do not like the type of character Sakura is. I don't find it. Audio went out. Weird. I like Taiga's type of character well enough. I mean, it's kind of my preferred kind of character, actually. But Sakura's is just unappealing to me.
あれ、そうなのか？朝飯いつもイチゴ多く炊かれてたから、てっきりさくらが握り飯でも作ってるんだろうなって思ってたんだけど。
先輩も知ってたんですか？
It feels fake is kind of the problem, I think. Like that kind of character has always felt kind of fake to me. And I guess that's whatever.
ダメダメさくらちゃん、シロね、そういう細かいことには妙に神経質なやつだから、きっと初めておやつを作った時から気づいてたわよ。
初めて？それって去年の夏のこと？
Okay, why does he remember that though?
さくら、空中に埃でもあるのですか？そんなところで手を振って。
Well, let's try that again. Breakfast proceeds like that. The breakfast table is twice as loud as usual. Then, suddenly...
今朝未明に発見された被害者は50名を超え、現在は最寄りの救急病院で治療を受けており。
I see some disturbing news on the TV.
シントでまたガス漏れ？うわー、今度は50人だって。何？被害者には昨夜から連絡が取れず、何人かの家族は不審に思い会社に連絡、警備員に確認させたところ、社内に残っている社員はいなかったとのこと。
Well,
何これ？
Okay, if discounting the fact that we all know that's not this isn't the case. If you want a logical reason for it, the gas leak could have happened and then just didn't affect people fully while they were still in the office, but then it finally caught up to them when they're exerting themselves on the way back home, and then they pass out on the way home. That would be a quote-unquote logical reasoning, and in fact would make sense, since it could have been the gas leak started way later in the day, so that everyone's already leaving by the time it would have started to truly affect them. But again, we know the reality is not that, and it's in fact supernatural. But anyway, just as a way to kind of explain that in a logical sort of way. I don't know, I just kind of like to think about that kind of stuff, a way that you could logically explain something even if it is supernatural. Because realistically that would be how that would have happened, but, you know, that's not, but still, just a thought.
夕方からみんなビルの中で倒れてたのにどうして警備員が気がつかないかな。職務怠慢とかそういうレベルの話じゃないよね。
Why did the guard not notice they were in there unconscious just last night? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, that... I definitely did not understand the timing there. I thought it was just, oh, they didn't come home. Okay, gonna call the company. And then the guard just didn't notice them, so the idea then would... Yeah, okay, that's yep. I misunderstood the order of events. Virginie must have lost her appetite as she stops eating her third bowl of rice. Saber's watching the news with an intense expression. In that case, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the motive, but this is something that's done by a master. I can say it's fortunate that nobody died, just like all the other gas leak incidents. I can't say... Give me a second. I can say it's fortunate that nobody died, just like the other gas leak incidents.
シロ、しばらく新都でアルバイトするのは禁止だからね。貯金ならたくさんあるんだから、こんな時ぐらいゆっくりしなさい。
For some reason, this the way this is phrased is really difficult for me to do properly. I understand how I'm supposed to, like, phrase this, like, voice this, but just every time I've tried, I fuck it up. So I can't say it's fortunate that nobody died, like all the other gas leak incidents. What? Can't say it's fortunate that nobody died. Yeah, no, that's just I can't do it. Because then I think every time I've said it, I've reevaluated how it's supposed to be said and then changed it midway. And then I'm just not sure which way I'm supposed to say it. I'm happy that she's worried about me, but I can't reply to her. I know this is no time to be working, but I'm sure I won't be able to come home as often now that I'm in a war. Then, if I'm ever late, I'll have to lie to them that I'm working. After finishing the cleanup, I go to the front door. Fujine and Sakura already left for their morning practice. Saber is following me like she did yesterday. But I can't let her do so today. The weekends are fine, but there's no way I can take her to school on a weekday.
Saber, 言っとくけど、ここまでだぞ。学校に行っている間はここにいてくれ。セイバーと一緒に学校に行ったら騒ぎが大きくなるし、何より目立つ。マスターは人目につくのは避けるべきなんだろ。
She must not agree as she protests silently.
だから大丈夫だって。人気があるところでは襲われないんだから、学校は安全だ。それにさ、身を守るだけなら俺一人でもなんとかなる。
Give me a second. Saber's brow twitches. She must have some argument about me being able to protect myself.
一つ尋ねますが、それは白を一人で敵を倒せるという意味です。
まさか。昼間なら一人でも危険を回避できるってことだ。人気のないところには近づかないし、日が落ちる前に帰ってくる。それならセイバーも納得がいくだろ。お前だって魔力を温存するために休んでなくちゃいけないんだから、無理してついてくることはない。
わかりました。マスターがそう言うのなら、私は信じざるを得ませんね。
It does practically make sense as well. Like, it does make sense in a practical sense as well, because she does need to sleep unlike other servants, because he can't provide her with enough magical energy otherwise. So, it is dumb, but given their circumstance, they don't have much of a choice in the matter. Not sure where my audio left off, but Saber lets out a sigh as her shoulders slump. She's seriously worried about me. I feel bad about turning her down.
悪い、セイバー。けど大丈夫だって。それにさ、俺の身に何かあったらセイバーにも伝わるんだろ？もしそうなったら。
いいえ、そうはいかないでしょう。私とシローのつながりは細い。マスターの危機が私に伝わるときは、シローの命そのものが危うくなっているときだ。そうなってから駆けつけても遅すぎる。
じゃあ俺の方からセイバーを呼べばいいのか？
はい。シローが私を必要だと思えば、それはあなたのサーバントである私に伝わります。それでも間に合わないと判断したときはレイジを使ってください。レイジのバックアップがあるのなら空間を飛んでシローの守りとなることができるでしょう。
Sorry, give me a second. Ah, it hurts. Okay. Jump through space? That's pretty much like sorcery. The right to absolute obedience. The command spell is that powerful?
わかった。できるだけそんな事態にならないように立ち回る。日が落ちるまでには帰ってくるから、セイバーは留守を守っていてくれ。
I wave her goodbye and open the door. Give me a second. Ow. Okay. Scam email. Okay, it was close to legit, so I was actually like really looking at that. Sorry. Wait for goodbye, open the door. Then
はい。どうか気をつけてください、シロ。あなたの学校は異常です。行動には細心の注意を。特にリンには出会わないように。
Sorry, just to expand on that email I just received. It was like about something pretty important for my classes. So I thought, it looked official. It was not though. Saber says, strange thing with serious expression.
学校で遠坂が仕掛けてくるっていうのか？まさか、それこそありえないだろう。
She's a true magus. She's bound by the association's rule to avoid involving innocent people. And most of all, she wears the mask of an honor student. I think she'll greet me normally if I do see her.
そうだといいのですが、リンは人目を気にして判断を鈍らせるタイプではありません。それに、シロを敵視しているようですから、気をつけるに越したことはないでしょう。
はいはい。取り越し苦労だとは思うけど気をつける。
It's past 7 o'clock. It's later than usual, but I should still make it on time without hurrying. It's 7:40. I go through the gate, and as I make my way to the school building, I feel something strange and stop.
なんだ？別に何がおかしいってわけじゃないよな。
It's not like someone's watching me or that something looks different. If anything, that'd be if anything, it'd be that it's not that lively. It feels like the students and even trees and buildings are dull in color.
いろいろあって過敏になってるのかもしれない。
I close my eyes and rotate my shoulders, but even after that, the strange feeling doesn't disappear. I get up to the 3rd floor and head to my classroom. Then, I run into Tosaka.
Yo.
I know her, so I greet her. But Tosaka freezes as if she's seen a ghost.
遠坂？なんだよ。顔になんかついてるのか？
I wipe my cheek with my uniform. But Tosaka doesn't even seem to reply. Or doesn't even reply. She looks away from me and goes back to her classroom. What was that? I don't think it's like her to ignore someone who greeted her. A strange feeling hits me again when I go into my classroom. Someone might have brought snacks in here, as I smell a slight sweetness in the air.
別にいつも通りの教室だよな。
I head to my seat while greeting the guys. There are about 10 more minutes until homeroom starts. I look around the room and I notice a seat without a bag.
シンジのやつ欠席か。
Come to think of it, he wasn't at the club yesterday either. Shinji is actually quite punctual, and he tries hard to follow the rules. Worries me a bit that a guy like him has been absent for 2 days. The day ends peacefully. Classes are over, and only a few students remain now. I don't have anything in particular to do. I should go home before sunset, like I promised Saber.
やっぱり気のせいじゃない。朝からなんか変だ。
I strain my nerves and search the surroundings. I feel something weird on my back. Maybe my magic circuit can be easily opened now that I'm a master. The magic circuit that almost appears... What? Oh, the magic circuit that almost appears senses a chill.
時間はある。軽く校舎を回って何もなければ帰ればいい。
I feel uneasy not having Saber next to me, but I can't have her walking around at school. It shouldn't be that dangerous for me to search alone. The sun is setting. I searched the building while trying not to look suspicious, but I couldn't find anything weird.
俺一人じゃ無理か。夜になったらセイバーと一緒にもう一度調べに来よう。
I grab my bag and leave the classroom. The sky is tinted red. The sun is setting, and it should get dark in an hour or so. I get to the stairs. When I start to go home, I heard a sound above my head. I look up. There. Whoa. Tosaka is standing at the top of the stairs.
あれ、トサカ、まだ残ってたのか?
She doesn't answer. First this morning and then just now. I think her glares are getting worse every time I greet her.
なんだよ。話がないなら行くぞ、俺。
Fuck. I raise my bag to tell her that I'm going home now. I don't know why, but Tosaka sighs.
呆れた。サーバントを連れずに学校に来るなんて正気?
She murmurs without emotion.
正気かってそんなの当然だろ。だいたいセイバーは霊体化できないんだから学校に連れてこれるわけないじゃないか。
それなら学校なんて休みなさい。マスターがサーバント抜きでのこのこ歩いてるなんて殺してくださいって言ってるようなものよ。
I think it would make good bait, if nothing else.
エミヤ君、自分がどれくらいおバカか分かってる？
おバカってそんなことあるか?
He is pretty fucking stupid.
トサカこそバカなこと言うなよな。マスターは人目のあるところじゃ戦わないんだろ。なら日中、特に学校なんて問題外じゃないか。
Give me one second. I need to make sure I have enough space on my computer for this VOD. That should do it. Okay.
じゃあ聞くけど、ここは人目のあるところかしら?
No, because she was a fucking idiot. What's she talking about? I didn't even need to check if there are people around. Why is this? Conveniently, there is no one here. There's no one in the 3rd floor hallway. I'm sure that's the same for the 4th and 2nd floor. The red-tinted building is quiet. I bet there are only teachers remaining on the 1st floor.
ようやく分かったみたいね。ほんと、朝は呆れたのを通り越して頭にきたわ。あれだけ教えてあげたのに、どうして自分からやられに来るのかって。
Saying so angrily, Tosaka rolls up her sleeve. A slender, white arm. On the feminine arm, something like a glowing tattoo appears. It's not a command spell. Could that be... Even though I don't have one, it must be the proof of a magus. A magic crest.
説明するまでもないわよね。これが私の家に伝わる魔術の結晶よ。ここに刻まれた魔術なら、私は魔力を通すだけで発動させることができる。
Okay, she said, I don't need to explain it. Then explains it. Yes. A magic crest is like an attached engine, separate from the magic circuit in a magus. There's no difficult incantation or procedure to follow. It's an ultimate hastening mechanism that runs the car called magic just by turning it on. But the magic crest will not show up unless it is in use. The magic crest is like a separate magic circuit that is formed by the magus putting magical energy into it.
アーチャーは帰らせたわ。あなたぐらいこの刻印に刻まれた呪いで十分だもの。
There's no emotion in her voice. That makes me realize that she's serious.
逃げてもいいけど辛いだけよ。どうせ勝つのは私なんだから。
She said so. She coldly says so. But my head is spinning. Fight here? Why does it have to be here? Why does it have to be now? And why do I have to fight against Tosaka?
待て、トサカ、お前正気か。ここ学校だぞ。下手に騒げば誰がやってくるか分かったもんじゃ。
その時はその時よ。私ね、目の前のチャンスは逃さない主義なの。エミヤ君には悪いけど、ここで片付けさせてもらうわ。それに、今日みたいにフラフラされてたら私の神経が持ちそうにないし。
だから待てって。だいたい俺はトサカと戦う気なんて。
あなたになくても私にはあるの。いいから覚悟なさい、シロ。
She moves her arm and starts the fight. What sort of magic is that? The instant she puts her left hand at me, my vision is filled with light. It's about 4 steps forward to the stairs leading to the 2nd floor. This is no time to think. Tosaka's serious. There's no place to run. Even if I retreat back to the hallway, I'll jump down the stairs in front of me. I kick the floor with force. It's about 1.5 meters down. I can easily take this kind of height. A running long jump of 1.5 meters high, 1 meter wide. I land without hurting myself. I have an advantage of 1 floor between us. So now I have to run down to the 1st floor and get out of the building. What happened? It came from above? Feels like a giant blob of jelly fell on me. I can't move my legs. The weight of the jelly is stopping my feet. I just... Oof. I try to shake off the pressure on my back. I feel like throwing up when I move. It's cold. I have goosebumps all over me. My joints are hurting, my muscles are heavy, my organs are half shut down. Just gonna See if that fixes my audio problems. My organs are half shut down. It's not because of the jelly that I can't move. This is a bad case of the cold. Tosaka's magic. The Gandar shot. A magic that'll infect the target with a cold has hit me. As a result, my body is so sick that it can't move on its own.
予想通りね。簡単な逃げ道を用意しておけば、まずそこを通ると思ったわ。
I hear Tosaka's voice from afar, as if she's contacting me from the moon.
先に謝っておくわ。これからすることは命を取るのと同じぐらいひどいから。
Her cold finger digs into my neck. When I realize it's Tosaka's finger, and try to fling it away.
さよなら。あなたは知らなかっただろうけど、私結構前からあなたのこと知ってたんだ。
My consciousness shuts down, as if it's shorted out.
あれ、なんだ、もう朝か。
I rouse my sleepy mind and pull myself up. It's past 6 o'clock. I should be preparing breakfast now.
おはようございます先輩。朝食の支度もうできてますよ。
悪い。またさくら一人に任せちまった。なんかすごく眠くて起きられなくてさ。夜は俺が作るから。
ダメですそんなの。今日の夕飯は私の番なんですから。先輩
しかしだな、朝も夜もさくらに任せっきりってのは甘えすぎだろう。頼むから今夜は譲ってくれ。寝坊のおめえを返上したいんだ。
そうですね。じゃあ夕飯は半分こということで。私もお手伝いしますから、先輩は早めに帰ってきてください。
すまん。バイト今日は早めに上がる。
I head to the table while apologizing to Sakura. Breakfast's already on the table, and Fujine runs in at the last second like always.
おはよう。みんな今朝も元気だね。ってあれ？シロどうしたのこれ？
は？どうしたのって何が？藤根家に忘れ物か？
あれおかしいな。なんかおかしいと思ったんだけど、おかしいところなんてどこもないや。けど引っかかるな。シロ、あんたなんか忘れ物してない？
はあ？忘れ物、例えばどうのだよ。
私に聞かないでよ。わからないから聞いてるんじゃない。ね、さくらちゃんはおかしいって思わない？なんか足りないっていうか、なんか忘れてるっていうか。
私は特に藤村先生の気のせいだと思いますよ。何も忘れてませんし、誰も忘れていないでしょ
う。まあそっか。思い出せないってことは大したことじゃないってことだし。
Fujine seems satisfied as she sits down and starts eating. This is a normal morning in this household. 30 minutes after Fujine and Sakura leave, I leave the house as well. I walk up the hill. It's past 7:30. The road is filled with students like me. A familiar scene. I breathe in the perfect morning air. Then, I notice that a female student is looking at me. She must have found it awkward that our eyes met as she starts walking on quickly.
なんだエミヤ、今遠坂と睨み合っていたのか？
ああ、おはよう一星。って今のは別に睨み合ってたわけじゃない。ただ目が合っただけだよ。
そうなのか？ならいいが、くれぐれも遠坂に喧嘩なぞ売るなよ。 あいつは倍返しが心情だからな。残る1年の学園生活を棒に振ることになる。
I don't know how serious he is, as he murmurs Buddhist scriptures. But that's needless worry.
バカ。
But that's
喧
needless
嘩を売
worry.
るも何も俺あいつ知らないぞ。いやまあすごい美人だったけど、あんなのうちの学校にいたっけ？
うん、それが正しい対応だ。あれは人の手に余る。関わらぬよう過ごすのが人の道というものよ。
Not to get involved with her.
いや、一時はどうなるかと思ったが、これにて一件落着。
Issei goes up the hill. I watch him go as I stand there. A morning scene with nothing missing. My left hand hurts a bit.
一見落着って何が起きて何が終わったんだ一世。
I hear the first bell from the top of the hill. It's 8 o'clock already. As the school gate closes, I feel like I'm locked out from something.
俺は確か
Nothing comes to mind. I feel uneasy for some reason, and I can't think of where to go or where to return to. Hey, that's a bad end where he doesn't fucking die. That... Wow. Yes.
はい、みんなおめでとう。遠坂さんルートトゥルーエンディングです。シローも普通の生活に戻れたし、まさにこれこそ大団円。じゃあみんな、次は藤村先生ルート虎なんていらねえよ冬でお会いしま。そんなわけないでしょバカチン。ハートっぽい嘘は禁止。 Q&A コーナーで遭難者を出したらダメなんだから。強くなったなブルマ。ああ先輩、チース今日も素敵っすね。いいから説明しろブルマ。このバッドエンドに来るルートは2つあるであります。1つは単純な選択ミス、安易に前に逃げたら撃ち殺されたってやつですね。でもう1つが少し厄介で、セイバールートからこっちのルートに入った場合かな。わかりやすく言うと、4日目のルートタイトルがフェイトだったくせに、5日目がアンリミテッドブレードワークスの人は4日目の朝からやり直し。もっとわかりやすく言うと、裏切り者にしよう。違うっす先輩。同盟結んでないからこのバットになったんであって、白は裏切ったわけじゃないです。
My audio went out again. Fuck.
ああ、言っちゃった。
Why is it doing that? It's really fucking annoying, actually.
ともかく今回のバット回避方法は2つ。リンに襲われたら後ろに逃げるか、そもそも逃げる選択肢が出てこなかった人は4日目朝からやり直し。それとまだ1回もエンディングを見てないのにこっちに来た人にスペシャル情報。1度目のルートではリンはどうやったって攻略できないの。一度はおとなしくセイバーのマスターとしてセイバーと戦い抜くことだけを考えた方が賢明だよ。
Yes. Okay. So that's the false unlimited blade work. Bah. That's the false unlimited blade works ending. Or route, maybe? Whatever. Maybe mark it off. If it'll let me. That's annoying. Okay. Let's just see one thing first. Because I'm not sure where I'm at with. God. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do the rest of this today. Because I was thinking maybe of doing the like actual fate route stuff today, but fuck. It's a really annoying set of stuff I have to do for it. We almost could. Give me 1 second to just look through what I have to do for Saber's Route again. Because there's a checkpoint that I want to make sure we get through. Or actually that we don't get through. So we can get the bad end and then, yeah. Fucking hell, is it all the way at the end? I think it is. Oh my god, it's right at the end. Okay, fucking hell. Trying to think how I want to do this, if we are going to keep going today. Because we technically could. God damn it. We're starting that over because I'm not sure when my audio went out. Is it because... sorry. Clearly stating our position, Tosaka goes home. Is it because Tosaka went home that my tension disappeared? My body feels dull, so I lay down on the living room... In the living room, bleh. I stave off the return of nausea by laying on my side. The clock ticks in the silent living room.
Master 同士の戦いか.
Ooh, that does make me curious. Nah, it's fine. Probably not. A fight between masters, huh? I still don't understand what it is. The only thing I'm not sure of is, the only thing I'm sure of is that it's beyond me. It would feel more real if I had more interest in the Holy Grail.
なぜだろう。聖杯には嫌悪感しか湧かない。
The Grail said to make wishes come true. I don't know what kind of thing it is, but it's an artifact that can even summon things called servants. It might not go as far as granting any wish, but it should have more than enough value for any mages to want it. But still, I'm not interested in it. It's true that I'm dubious about its reality, but accepting that easy way to reach a goal feels like cheating myself.
それに、選定方法が戦いだっていうのもタチが悪い。
But this is a fight for a single chair. No matter what your expectations are, as long as you enter it, you can't survive unless you defeat your enemies. And depending on your methods, defeating other masters might result in harm to innocent people. That's why...
Yorokobe Emiya Shiro.
Yorokobe. My reason for fighting is not to win the Holy Grail War.
君の望みはようやく叶う。
It's to stop those that would try to win it by any means possible. I feel dizzy again. It's only natural. Even if it appears to be back to normal, my body was almost split in half a few hours ago. There's no way this sickness will go away quickly. Seems more likely that it'll continue for the rest of my life. Because I was almost killed 3 times in a day. If someone weak joins a battle, it's natural for him to get hurt. As compensation for my lack of strength, I almost lost my body. And she was wounded protecting me. I get up.
So
Oh yeah, her. Oh wait, he said that. What am I doing? I totally forgot about her because Tosaka was here. No, I unconsciously avoided thinking about her. Coward. I've been avoiding recalling the girl who was wounded because of me. The only thing that was bleeding miserably because of me.
遠坂のやつ、肝心なことは外しやがって。
I pulled my resisting body together and stand up. Tosaka didn't say anything about Saber. She said she and Saber brought me here, but she said nothing more. The fact I need to know most, if she, the one wounded by Berserker, is alright or not. I look through the house, bearing the dizziness. I look around where someone could be. All the guest rooms, but I could not find Saber.
あの格好なんだ。いればすぐにわかるってのに。
There's no sign of the brave, armor-clad Saber anywhere around the house. Tosaka said servants can become spirits, but I can't do that. No, first of all.
マスターだなんて言うけど、俺のどこがあいつのマスターだって言うんだ。
I don't understand who she is, nor how she exists. This is like a soldier, like a new soldier being given a tank.
その通りだ。旧式の鉄砲しか扱えないやつに最新鋭の兵器を渡しても扱えるわけないだろうに。
I complain. Well, the lucky thing is, this tank has an autopilot function. Even if the driver is terrible, the tank will fight on its own. Anyway, my thoughts, I hit my head against the wall.
何腐ってるんだ、バカ。今のはとんでもなく失礼な弱音だった。
I apologize to the blonde-haired girl in my head. Now I feel like I have to find her and confirm her safety.
ここにもいない。
I searched throughout the house. It's a big house, but I didn't play hide-and-seek here with Fujine as a kid for nothing. I know the efficient way to search this place. If I haven't found her after searching this much, then...
庭か蔵か、それとも。
There are several possibilities, but I don't even consider the possibility that she's not here anymore. She said she would protect me, so I don't think she would leave this place.
もしかして。
It suddenly hits me. Not the house, the yard, nor the shed where we first met. Come to think of it, there's another large building in this place.
間違いない。きっとあそこだ。
I hurry. Head to the dojo separated from the main building. I'm a bit tense. She's not here, and we'll have to admit that she's gone. That makes me realize the inconsistency. Even though I know nothing about her, I want her to say. I want her to stay. Wooden floored room with nothing necessary or unnecessary. A dojo built only to train oneself in. In this silent place, in the faint sunlight. She is sitting there naturally. A space filled with tranquility. The sunlight shining in is white, and it makes her and the dojo into one. I can see nothing amiss in her dignified posture. Just by sitting there, she stiffens the air in the dojo. But there's nothing cold about it. It's because it's her figure that is so pure. It makes me forget even about the cold winter air. Even the sound of my breathing is a nuisance. The girl sitting Japanese style in the corner of the dojo is definitely the girl from last night. The girl who appeared just before I was killed by Lancer, and the girl that mercilessly slashed him with her sword. Her golden hair that was reflecting in the blue moonlight is now one with the warm sunlight. That really makes me remember. This is exactly what I felt when I first saw her. A girl clad in armor, slashing her sword to silently overwhelm her opponent. I wasn't surprised by how out of the world that scene was. It doesn't matter what she's wearing. It probably wouldn't change even if she was covered in mud. The girl that moved me deeply is still in front of me. That's why I forget to even breathe and continues to stare at her, forgetting about Masters, the Holy Grail War, and everything. In this instant, I have completely accepted Saber. I don't know how long it was. Saber opens her eyes as if awakening from sleep. Shit. Right, my disappointed voice echoes loudly throughout the dojo, or through the dojo. Saber stands up, perhaps noticing the sound. I walk towards her, still not knowing what to say.
目が覚めたのですね、シロ。
A calm voice, a voice echoing through the dojo as if permitting it, is surprisingly suited to this place.
ああ、ついさっき目が覚めた。
I answer with a dull head.
シロ、顔色が優れないようですが、やはり体調は悪いのですか？
The golden-haired girl approaches me.
違う、体調はいい。すごくいい。
I quickly step back to get away from Saber. Looking away from Saber, who's tilting her head questioningly, I calm down my pounding heart.
落ち着け。何緊張してんだ、俺は。
I take a deep breath, but it doesn't seem to die down quickly. In fact, I don't think it ever will.
なんだって着替えてるんだよ、あいつ。
I complain without meaning to. Saber's clothes have changed dramatically since yesterday. She's wearing normal clothes, completely unlike her armor. It's rather unexpected, and I'm troubled by it. She is terribly beautiful. Though I figured that out yesterday, but it really hits me now. Give me a second. Okay. Perhaps her armor looked so surreal that I didn't notice yesterday. But if she dresses like a girl, as a healthy guy, I'm troubled.
シロ。
I tense up the moment our eyes meet. But I didn't look for her so as to not talk to her. I'm troubled, but I can't stay quiet forever.
セイバーだったよな。こうやって落ち着いて話すのは初めてだけど。
I make up my mind and talk to her. And then?
シロ、話の前に昨夜の件について言っておきたいことがあります。
She interrupts my words with a sullenness that makes her earlier calmness seem like an illusion.
いいけど、なんだよ、話って。
ですから昨夜の件です。シロは私のマスターでしょう。そのあなたがあのような行動をしては困る。戦闘は私の領分なのですから、シロは自分の役割に徹してください。自分から無駄死にをされては、私でも守りようがない。
Saber says so clearly that makes the tension I was feeling vanish.
なんだよそれ。あの時はああでもしなけりゃお前が切られてたじゃないか。
その時は私が死ぬだけでしょう。シロが傷つくことではなかった。繰り返しますが、今後あのような行動はしないように。マスターであるあなたが私をかばう必要はありませんし、そんな理由もないでしょう。
She speaks plainly. She is speaking so practically that...
バカ言ってんな。女の子を助けるのに理由なんているもんか。
I reply unconsciously. Maybe she was surprised at being yelled at, but she pauses for a moment, as if I've done something unexpected, and then she stares at me with indescribable dignity. I back up a bit at being stared at. Or I back up a bit being stared at. The look makes me realize that I've said something really out of place and it embarrasses me.
ともかくうちまで運んでくれたのは助かった。それに関しては
それはどうも。サーバントがマスターを守護するのは当たり前ですが、感謝をされるのは嬉しい。シローは礼儀正しいのですね。
いや、別に礼儀正しくなんかないぞ。俺。
More importantly, there's something I need to clarify right now. It's something I should have asked right after I got home yesterday. If she is really my servant, and if she is really my servant, and if she is really taking part in this war.
話を戻すぞ、セイバー。いや、改めて聞くけど、お前のことはセイバーって呼んでいいのか？
はい。サーバントとして契約を交わした以上、私はシローの剣です。その命に従い、敵を撃ち、あなたを守る。
Saber says so without the slightest hesitation. Man, there's no room for me to question her about it.
俺の剣になるか。それは聖杯戦争とやらに勝つためにか。
シローはそのために私を呼び出したのではないのですか？
違う。俺がお前を呼び出したのは。
I can't say it was by pure accident. No, first of all, I didn't even summon her. She just appeared when I was in danger and saved me with her own decision. The result is this situation where I became Saber's master and I was dragged into this thing called the Holy Grail War. Not one bit of it was my intention. I'm just an amateur I'm just an amateur magus who was dragged into this battle beyond my abilities.
それがどうした？どの道戦うしかないって覚悟はしたんだ。今さら泣き言なんて言ってられるか。
I shake my head lightly to stop whining, and stop whining. That's it. I said I will fight, so I can't even talk about running away. This will be the last time I will talk or think about whining. No matter how the decision came, I've decided to fight.
シロ
いや、なんでもない。けどセイバー、俺についても勝ち目は薄いぞ。俺は遠坂みたいに知識も力もないから、明日にでも昨日みたいなことになりかねない。
それは戦う意志がないと。
戦う意志はある。ただ賞賛がないから、そんな俺についていいのかって言いたいんだ。経過はどうあれ、これは俺が始めると決めた戦いだ。だから。
I think it's wrong for someone to get hurt in my place. Even though I'm weak, making Saber fight, and I can't stand letting a scene like that happen again.
私のマスターはあなたです、シロ。これはどうあっても変わらない。サーバントにマスターを選ぶ自由はないのですから。
That's true. That's why Saber is my servant right now. Sorry. Then I should try my best not to burden her too much.
わかった。それじゃあ、俺はお前のマスターでいいんだな、セイバー。
ええ。ですがシロ、私のマスターに敗北は許さない。
Fucking when did my audio go out? Okay, I'll read a couple of these back. Saber says so without the slightest hesitation. There's no room for me to question her about it. I can't say it was by pure accident. No, first of all, I didn't even summon her. She just appeared when I was in danger and saved me with her own decision. The result is the situation we're in. I became Saber's master and was dragged into this thing called the Holy Grail War. Not one bit of it was my intention. I'm just an amateur magus who was dragged into this battle beyond my abilities. I've already... Wait, what of it? Okay. I shake my head lightly and stop whining. That's it. I said I will fight, so I can't even talk about running away. This will be the last time I will talk or think about whining. No matter how the decision came to be, I've decided to fight. think it's wrong for someone to get hurt in my place, even though I'm weak, making Saber fight, and I can't stand letting a scene like that happen again. That's true. That's why Saber is my servant right now. Then I should try my best not to burden her too much. Okay. Really fucking annoying, the audio keeps cutting out completely. Not sure how to fix this problem. Hopefully that does it, but I don't know.
あなたに勝算がなければ私が作る。可能であるすべての手段を用いてあなたには聖杯を手に入れてもらいます。
To obtain the Holy Grail, huh? Doska said servants also have a wish they want granted, so Saber must be no exception. That is why she has no doubts. But that means...
また、セイバー。可能であるすべての手段と言ったな。それは勝つためには手段を選ばないってことか。例えば力を得るために人を襲うとか。
I can't finish. Saber's looking at me like I'm an enemy.
シロ、それは可能である手段ではありません。私が許す行為しかできない。自分を裏切ることは私には不可能です。剣を持たぬ人間ですが、マスターが命じるのであれば従うしかありません。その場合、私に踏み入る代償としてその刻印を一ついただくことになりますが。
I'm overwhelmed by her angered voice. But still, I'm happy and relieved. Her lack of doubt gave her the image of a cold fighting machine, but I know now that she is not a cold-blooded killer.
ああ、そんなことは絶対にさせない。セイバーの言う通り、俺たちはできる範囲で何とかするしかないからな。本当にすまなかった。知らずにお前を侮辱しちまった。
あ、いえ、私もマスターの意図がつかめずに早合点してしまいました。シロは悪くないのですから頭を上げてくれませんか。
ああ、思わず謝ってた。
I raise my head. I don't know what's funny, but Saber has a small smile on her face. Well, I'm glad she's smiling, so I won't ask her about it.
言い忘れていた。できる範囲で何とかするって言っただろ。その一環としてしばらく遠坂と協力することになったんだ。ほら、昨日一緒にいたアーチャーのマスタ
ー。リンですか。そうですね。確かにそれは賢明な判断です。シローがマスターとして成熟するまで彼女には教わるものがあるでしょう。
Thank God. If Saber agrees, I can proudly concentrate with Tosaka. I can proudly cooperate with Tosaka. The only other thing I need to ask her right now is... save. Because here's where the big split happens. Because, yeah, we're going to be spending most of this route with two different kind of lines we're going through. That said, we've been doing this an hour and 48 minutes. I have other stuff I need to do today. I'm getting tired, and my throat is dry. I'm gonna fill up my water really quickly first, and see how I'm feeling after I drink it. Because we might keep going. We might end it here. I'm trying to think as well. Because I do have to go at 1, so... I do kind of want to keep going, but at the same time, I also kind of don't. This hasn't been nearly as interesting as last stream, or the one before it, or anything like that. Mostly it's just been going through a route that is doomed to fail, and that's not particularly fun or interesting, I don't think. thinking. Because it's also... This is really fucking annoying. The, what we have to do here. Because there's one, like, we have to run 2 saves at the same time to get a bad ending. But even then, like, this has 3 different outcomes. I think it's possible that this one, like, lines up with the other 2, but it says it doesn't on the flowchart, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm thinking, just double checking this, we have these both saved. I'm thinking that maybe we call it for today. And then we'll just stream this again later because, you know, like, it's not that many streams that I've done this month, but I have done a couple. We still got a while to go. I mean, I've been busy with exams and stuff because I'm a college student, so, you know. I think we'll call it. So, sayonara, Tarina. Thanks for watching.